Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Lori and welcome to my channel, Lori of Lemuria. Today I am out hiking. I found this really cool trail by Mount Shasta, about 20 miles out of Mount Shasta, and some mountain lakes. And then I found this one kind of hidden lake, kind of not even a lake, more like a pond that you wouldn't know of unless you kind of hiked over and around this little mountain knoll, which I found. So anyways, I am here and I wanted to do a quick video on this experience I had with one of my clients that I took inside of Telos a couple days ago. And I asked her if I could talk about the experience that I saw with her when she was in there, because it blew my mind. And I think it's something that's really kind of important to share with all of you. One, because I've never seen it before, and two, it really shows how important it is to embody our physical bodies, to be embodied, and what it means physically when we are out of our bodies, because we talk about it and we kind of know what it feels like, but I actually physically saw it when I was inside Telos. For those of you that don't know what Telos is a fifth dimensional city of light. It's higher frequency, so you can't see it when you're in the third dimensional frequency, which we're in right now, but it's inside Telos. It's a Lemurian city, started as a Lemurian city. And now it's just got thousands of different multidimensional beings in it, including star beings, thousands of different star beings. Anyways, so here's what I saw. So far, in my experience of bringing people into the city, there are many individuals that have a hard time opening up and bringing in their light. And it's very common. There is some sort of kind of like a fear. Am I worthy of holding this light? Am I safe holding this light into my physical body? Safety is a huge one. And worthiness. There's just this underlying like, am I okay to hold it? And also understanding that when they do bring this light in to their physical bodies, when we're journeying into Telos, you feel a lot more. And so you're allowing yourself to feel and really feel. Because when you're inside this multidimensional city, there is a ton of really powerful emotion. And so this beautiful woman completely opened up and was just really wide open, and her light came in, and she was, you could see the light going out of her body a little bit, maybe about 2 feet. So when we went in to meet with her Lemurian guides, they were her family, her mother, I think, and her father. I think so. I think that's who came. When she began to really start experiencing these beings, these two members of her family from Lemuria, and started experiencing it, I started to notice her light from her feet. So the light is all the way in, all the way down to your feet, right? Down into the ground. I started noticing her light lifting off her feet and kind of literally slowly starting to leave her body, the more she started to feel. And I assisted her in coming back down and bringing that light back down in, which she did. But I was in awe. I recognized and became very aware of what happens to us when we begin to leave our bodies, and why so many of us, when we were younger and had trauma in our lives, we left our bodies, right? And so what you have to understand is throughout our day, throughout our week, throughout our months, the light is coming and going, right? Depending upon how open we are that day, kind of is how much light is kind of being let in. So we always have this stream of light coming down, but it's like there's a faucet sort of on the crown area. And you aren't consciously aware of how much you're sort of letting in or letting out, but there's always this like flow that's kind of just coming and going. And so the more we are opening up and opening our crown and just sort of, allowing this powerful frequency come in, the more we are holding in our physical bodies. The more we hold in our physical bodies, the more we feel. And that is why so many of us are feeling so much more, because we are allowing more of the light in. And so when the light is allowed in, when the light is inside the physical body, we feel and we feel. And as we feel, we might start to drift off again, right? Like allow that light to kind of leave, like, oh, that's too much. Many of us are way up here, right? For most of it. And so getting the light to come down means that you have to get out of your mind, right? You have to get out of your ego and out of your control. Stop controlling and just allowing. Sorry for all the moving, but the sun is like beaming down on my legs right now. And so this was an amazing opportunity I had to see this, and it really clicked, like the physicality of light coming in and us feeling and embodying and then leaving the body, and this shift, this up and down that's happening. We're talking about it, right? We're talking about the shift, we're talking about coming in and out, we're talking about embodiment, we're talking about all of that. But I got to physically see it, and it became a very strong reality. Can you please get off my shoulder? Thank you. A very strong reality that the more light we let in, which is just our higher selves, and then even our I am presence, which is even a stronger light, the more we let in, the more we're going to feel. And the more we allow ourselves to feel, the more light we're going to be. And the more you're able to just feel, right, and just kind of let it all come in, whether it's really intense positive, or really intense sort of not so great, not so fun, the more it'll just let go and just kind of move through, right? And what happens is if we're out of our bodies and we start to have these emotions come in and we're out and we're not allowing ourselves to feel it, we're not allowing ourselves to just move through it, it sticks. It holds on. That's where illness comes from. That's where disease comes from. Cancer, all of that, right? Because our light isn't in our bodies. It's genius. It's amazing. It's like the light bulb went off. I was like, holy cow. If the light is in our bodies, if we are embodying our light and an emotion comes in, we feel it and it leaves, right? It moves through and then it comes again, moves through. There's nothing we have to do, right? We don't have to do anything. We don't have to process it. We don't have to work through it, right? We just feel it, however long it's going to be here, right? And whatever thoughts and beliefs we have about it, however uncomfortable or comfortable we are about it, who cares, right? We can have those judgments. Who cares? As long as you're allowing it to just move through you. It's when we are not in our bodies because we don't want to feel the emotion that the emotion stays on us. Sort of that the energy of that emotion, because we all know that emotion is energy, the energy of it attaches. And then kind of when you start to come back down, you start to feel it, right? When you bring your light in, you start to feel it and you're like, oh my God, what is this? And then you kind of start to resonate with, oh, this was from this experience. And then you're like, nope, don't want to feel that, right? So imagine like the more we are out of our bodies, the more perhaps emotions are kind of in our bodies needing to be flushed through, right? And again, I've said this so many times, you don't have to go through the experience from the past that brought on that emotion. You just have to feel it. So you bring in your light, so your light's coming in, and then you're like, oh, I feel so great on my light body, and then boom, all these emotions. You're like, what the freak? Why am I feeling all these negative emotions or, denser emotions when I've been bringing in my light, right? And that's this back and forth, up and down. It's because it has to move through. It has to move through. And so I share this with you all because it was a freaking light bulb. It was awesome. It was amazing because it's what's happening. It's what it means to be out of body and in our body. It allows you to see that your light is always coming and going, right? And when you begin to hold in or embody more light, more emotion's going to come up. And the more comfortable you are with it, the less you're going to leave your body and be out of your body and in your mind. So, oh my God, this is the most uncomfortable spot I could have picked. I'm literally on rock. Don't ask. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you all. So I hope this made sense to you guys. I hope this resonated with some of you. Just remember, it's okay if you go out of your body, but you want to try to be embodied as much as possible. And so you want to, and see, that's the thing about, spiritual bypass, they call it, or, being a spiritual being that's like, woo woo, crazy talk, whatever the spiritual stuff is that's kind of like way up here. It's like, that's all fine and dandy, but it's just like allowing your emotions to move through you. If you don't come into your body, if you don't settle in, feel your feet on the ground, feel everything that's going on within that physical vessel, nothing's going to happen, So we are here to ascend and shift within this vessel. And that requires us to bring this light in. And the more light you bring in, the more emotion is going to move through you. And eventually it becomes perhaps less and less intense. I don't know. I'm moving through it myself. I have no idea. I go day to day, moment to moment sometimes. And I'm now at the point where if I feel anything, no matter where it's coming from or why it's here, I just let it come. And I sit with it for as long as I need to sit with it. And I have whatever judgments I'm going to have about it, right? And my last video was about asking the stories about these emotions, especially the ones that keep coming and coming. What are the stories they're telling you, right? That's always interesting. But be aware, be conscious now of the fact that, wow, if I'm feeling all these emotions, that means I'm bringing in more light. So think about that next time you start getting, pissed off, that you're upset, or that you're angry, or that you're jealous, or that you're in fear, or that you're feeling insecure, you're feeling not good enough, you're feeling not worthy enough. So anything that's kind of coming in, instead of looking at it as like, shit, I'm feeling these emotions again, I hate feeling this. Reframe it and say, okay, this is amazing that I'm feeling this again, because you know what this means? This means I'm bringing in more light. This means I'm actually embodied. Hallelujah. So this means I'm in my body right now. Fabulous. I'm not out of my body, right? And it also means that I'm bringing in more light. So reframe the way you see your emotions. Reframe the way you feel your emotions. Reframe what it means to be out of your body and embodied. Look at it as kind of like, not a requirement of this, but that there's so many crazy sounds. I love it. I got distracted. But anyways, you guys know what I'm saying. That's what embodiment is. Bringing that light in. And as that light's coming and going, there's always this tube, right, that's just moving up and down, up and down. And it's like, okay, how much are we going to turn on? How much is turning on today? Oh my God, I'm feeling a lot, And then also knowing, this is also coming in real fast, also that you can be pulling in a ton of light and not feeling a lot. And that's beautiful. You don't always have to be feeling so much to be holding this light in. But just know that if you are feeling a lot, that does mean that you're in, that you're moving into that vessel, and that you're snuggling on in and looking around and feeling what pops up for you. So welcome to embodiment, and welcome to being in the body instead of out of the body. And I think I will leave you at that. I love you all so much. If you have any questions or want to make a comment or reach out to me, you can find all my information down below where you can find me. And that is all, my loves. Until next time, have a great rest of your day or evening. Bye.